Hello everyone, I'm Michelle.
Hi, I'm Hui Ying. So this won't be a typical new launch project analysis video about Springleaf Residences. Instead, we'll be sharing about a really important skill that agents use to guide their buyers across any new launch projects.
That's right. So this video is going to be very different this time around because we will be sharing on the project, location, developer, and actually more importantly, who is eligible to book during the loyalty booking day. And also how to do a price mapping. And actually, that is very important. So do stay with us till the end.
So this development is located just beside Springleaf MRT via a 2-minute sheltered walkway. It is also on the Thomson East Coast Line, which is really going to be a game changer because it connects the North region to the East region and also the Central region. So this means that from Springleaf MRT over here, you are actually just 9 stops away from Orchard MRT, which is about a 30 minutes journey compared to the past when there was no MRT serving this area at all. So for the eateries, the closest one is just 2 minutes away at Springleaf Landed Estate and Sembawang Hills Food Centre down the street. For malls, you have the Causeway Point, Thomson Plaza and North Point City. And for nature lovers, right, the Springleaf Nature Park is a mere 2 minutes walk away. These are some perspectives of the condo. It seems like there's a really nice landscaping for this project with a theme centered around nature.
Alright, now let's dive into the Springleaf Residences fact sheet, alright? So this project, it's a mega project with 941 units. Very big project indeed. And it's a 99 years leasehold. So the construction method, right, do take note, this is a very advanced precast concrete system, which actually means that you can hack away all the walls in the unit. So we have heard of PVC and non-PVC. So this is actually even more advanced. It's called APCS. And the estimated TOP will be in 2029. So we actually have 6 blocks here. And more importantly, right, is this block over here, right, very interestingly, is actually a conserved building with 8 units over there as well. And it's only 4 stories high. For car park wise, personally, I find it very interesting because despite being so near to MRT, right, they still have 759 car park lots. Correct. So for 941 units. So it's almost like 80%, I would say. So in this case, developer is quite generous lah. Alright, now moving on to the unit mix. So in this project, 941 units, we have 1 bedder up till 5 bedrooms. So also do take note that in this 5 bedroom, there are no private lift in 5 bedders. So for the 1 bedder, it's only at the conserved building. The majority of the unit size, right, goes to the 3 bedroom, where it takes up almost 30% of the unit mix, followed by the 2 bedders, which is approximately 35% of the unit mix in this development.
The developer for this project is Guacoland and Hong Leong. So Guacoland is actually an award-winning developer that is well known for transforming townships with the likes of Midtown Modern and Midtown Bay in the Bugis precinct. So while Hong Leong Holdings is actually known for projects like Commonwealth Towers and Lentor Hill Residences. Moving on, we have the architect, which will be ADDP, and they actually have a very outstanding track record of designing various types of condominiums from high-end to mass market. So some of their more well-known projects are the Avenir, Riverfront Residences, and Park Colonial.
Now, let's move on to the priority day booking. So for this project, right, they actually open up to loyalty clients and actually staffs. So we will actually share with you, these are the list of people who are eligible to book during priority day, which actually covers quite a big scope. We actually have former direct buyers from Guaco Properties and direct buyers for Hong Leong. In fact, current resale buyers and current tenants, you actually fall under this category also. So what it means that actually you can book the unit 1 day before the public. And in fact, alumni, teaching staff of Upper Thomson Secondary and Seletar Institute are also under this priority day booking. So if you do know that you are one of them and you're not very clear whether you are, you can actually feel free to reach out to us and we can actually help you to check on it. So let's take a look at projects by Hong Leong. Very interestingly, just to name a few, we have Bishan Park near Cashew Park, Commonwealth Tower. So you can check actually use this list. You can screenshot this image here. You can actually do a check to see whether yourself or even your friends, family, are they actually falls under this category. Later on, we will actually share why is it so important to actually even book under the priority booking day. And these are the project by Guaco Land as well. So we do have some at like Aquarius by the Park and Lentor Mansion. These are the newer ones. Lentor Mansion, Lentor Modern. Earlier on, we mentioned that why is it so important to actually book a unit during priority day if you actually have the opportunity to do so? Because let's take a look at Lentor Mansion as a comparison, because they're also under the same developer and they do have a priority day booking as well back then. So for the Lentor Mansion public booking day, right, is on 16th of March. So this stack, we actually have pulled out this whole stack. It's the same stack, but floor level from 1 to 8. And all this falls under the public booking day actually. So we can actually have a fair comparison. We can tell that from level 1 to 8, the PSF increase for a different level will be 83 PSF from level 1 to level 8. And that's like about $10 PSF per floor jump. Okay, if you use the average. So for the priority booking days on 15th of March, over here, let's look at level 8 and level 1. Using level 1 of the same size, 861 square feet, we have 2294 PSF on the public booking day. So if we take this amount, 2294 plus 83, which is actually the floor jump to level 8 on the public booking day. So we will actually get up to 2377 PSF. That should actually about the estimate for level 8 pricing. Using this new PSF of 2377 for level 8, right, we will get about 2.044 million. But because of you book the unit during a priority booking day, you actually have the opportunity to even get it at a discount at 1.951 million, which is almost close to 100,000 paper gain already by securing this unit, which is actually in fact higher than level 1. However, there are also cases where buyers did not get the opportunity to actually maximize their chance during priority booking day. Following the earlier sharing, you may think that inward facing on priority day would have a lot of savings compared to unblock facing on public day, right? But let's take a look at Lentor Mansion. They actually pull out a 3-bedder at 786 square feet. On priority day, right, which is 15th of March, they purchased at stack 28. Okay, stack 28, right, would be... Stack 28 is actually inward facing, okay? And they purchased it at 1.841 million. So when it comes to public booking day on the 16th of March, at the same floor, okay, same floor and same block, stack 24, which is facing the unblocked view, actually purchased at 1.846 million. So it's only 5,000. So the savings you get, right, for having an inward facing, right, is only 5,000, whereas the unblocked view, you just top up only about 5,000 and get unblocked view already. And we have also pulled out a 4-bedroom as a comparison for you. So 4-bedder, 1,227 square feet on 15 March priority, stack 43, which is a pool view, purchased at 2.778 million. And public booking day on the 16th of March, stack 23 for the same size and same floor, you actually only purchase at 2.787 million. So for the unblocked facing, right, you just only top up 9,000 more on a public booking day. Could the buyers actually have made better choice in their unit selection, or is it purely due to personal preference? So we will only know all this when we are personally on the ground during booking day. And during booking day, right, we actually have very little time to think. With so many different choices, so many unique choices, we cannot, once we are being put inside a thinking box, if we cannot decide in time, right, it's actually a very stressful environment. So with very little data to work with, we actually question ourselves, is this price actually worth it, especially when developers do not release the whole full price list on booking day? Then we will have difficulties in making comparison. So therefore, moving forward later on, we will actually explain important steps on how to select a unit that will potentially help save 10 over thousands. And this can be just done by a handful of units via price mapping. When booking starts, there are most likely 3 scenarios that are going to happen. So it's either you have a very good queue, meaning you're the first few ones and you have plenty of units to choose from, okay? Or you can be a second scenario where you're in the middle, maybe like in the 200 range to 300 range, which means you actually have more time to think about the unit size that you want, the facing and the floor level, depending on the price. And the last scenario, which will be your queue number is very far behind. So you may be even wondering whether which is the best buy out of the balanced units. So for this video purpose, right, we'll be covering scenario 1 when your queue number is actually very good and you have plenty of choices to actually choose, but actually with very little time and very little data to decide. We will run through with you a step-by-step process, so stay with us till the end if you are planning to book unit in Springleaf.
Without further ado, let's share with you how we will do price mapping for new launches. So step 1 is basically when you have already decided on a budget and you can, based on this budget, determine your unit type according to the indicative launch prices released. So for example, let's say you have a budget of 2 million and you're choosing between 2-bed standard and 3-bed basic. So this will be your main priority during booking day. Step 2 will be determining if the price difference between the 2-bed standard and 3-bed is actually worthwhile for you to upgrade. To do this, we'll be taking stack 20 and stack 21 with the same pool view facing, right? And they're actually going to be on the same floor for comparison. So imagine if your queue number is good, it is likely that you'll find that you have many units available for you to choose from. So our advice is to get the prices of 2 different unit types on the same floor to calculate the upgrade premium. So based on the indicative launch prices, which starts from 2,000 per square foot, we have taken a 0.5% increment per floor for illustration purposes to determine the average per square foot for this project. So in this case, if the starting is 2,000 PSF, and the 13th floor, which is likely going to be the average price for across the entire development, we actually got 2,001 per square foot. So on average, if you round up and if you take into account the different increment across certain floors, right, we actually arrive at a number of 2,002 per square foot. So this will be the average across Springleaf Residences. And putting both layouts side by side, the difference is mainly in the additional bedroom tree. So this one is a dumbbell layout, 2 bedrooms, and this one is also a dumbbell layout for a 3-bedder, just that there's an additional bedroom here. Using the difference in size, 786 square feet minus 646 square feet, you will get 140 square feet. So assuming the premium is about 300k for an additional bedroom, you divide this by the difference in size that you'll be paying for. It is actually 2,142 per square foot, and this is actually the premium that you'll be paying on a per square foot basis. So comparing this per square foot to the average per square foot that we have derived earlier, which is 2,200, you'll realize that the difference is not too far off from the average per square foot. So it actually might be worthwhile for you to consider upgrading to the 3-bed. However, let's say the per square foot is 2,600 per square foot for the premium, which could happen if you're actually deciding between a lower floor 2-bedroom and a higher floor 3-bedroom. It is actually much higher than the average per square foot for the development. In this case, it might not be very worthwhile to upgrade, but of course, depending on your queue number, you will be able to decide if the premium is worth it at that point of time.
So we have decided on a 2-bed, 2-bath size 646 square feet, and we'll be using 3 different facing with the same size. So we have selected stack 1, stack 13 and stack 36, mainly because of their facing. So stack 1 will be facing SLE, stack 13 will be facing the pool, which is the inward facing, and stack 36, which is the forest facing for Springleaf. So we have 3 very, very uniquely different kind of facing, and we will use stack 13 as a benchmark because it is a more neutral facing. It's inward and facing facilities. So for 646 square feet, initially Hui Ying mentioned that we'll be using 2,200 as the PSF, average PSF. So we will get 1.421,200. So this would be the pricing of same floor at stack 13. And stack 1 is actually less preferred because you're actually facing that SLE. So we will take 1% off this premium and we will get estimate around 1.406 mil. And for 36, you will get a full unblocked view. So for such a better view and a more premium view, we will estimate a 1.5% premium on top of stack 13 of the same flooring. So we can get 1.442 million. So with an estimation of 1% to 1.5% difference in premiums for different facing, we will be able to narrow down to the unit price of our preferred facing.
So assuming that you have shortlisted the 2-bed, 2-baths B2 646 square feet from stack 36 over here, the full unblocked facing, forest view, you will do a price check for that stack in intervals of 5 from level 25, which is actually the highest floor at Springleaf Residences. And you move downwards in intervals of 5, you get 20, 15, and then 10, 5, and then 1. So as we do not have the full price list for Springleaf Residences at the moment, we'll be using Lentor Mansions prices to actually illustrate this concept. So over here, imagine if we are focusing on Lentor Mansions Stack 24. As the reference, we did a price check from level 15 downwards to level 8, we found that there's actually a 0.4% percentage jump across each floor across these 7 floors. And from level 8 to level 7, you actually realize that there was actually a bigger jump from 0.6%. So through this exercise, you'll realize that some floors have a higher percentage jump than others. This is when you actually have to decide if the premium for a higher floor is too much to pay at Springleaf. Using this percentage, you can apply it to other stacks with similar facing for the 2-bed, 2-bath layout so that you have a full idea of all the prices. If you are still unsure about the concept that we shared or have any questions about the price mapping, do watch our analysis again before booking day.
And if you have placed a check for Springleaf already but feel that our analysis has been useful, please feel free to reach out to us and we will see how we can help you, as we have our contact numbers over here. So just do scan the QR code and just feel free to check with us any questions that you have. Give us a like and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye.